All right, the holidays, the most wonderful time of the year, and it's a great time to gather with family. But that post-holiday wait is something none of us really look forward to. But with us is Dr. Seti, a psychologist who specializes in weight loss therapy with how to avoid that weight gain while still enjoying holiday meals. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I think it's very interesting that you're a psychologist, which tells me it kind of starts with your mindset of avoiding that weight gain.
Absolutely. So much has to do with our approach to things, the way we think about things. I talk about this concept of holiday think mode, where a lot of us, around the holiday season, we tend to approach the holidays as if it's a 2 or 3 week eating extravaganza. But the reality is that most of the holidays just come down to a few meals. And if we're able to shift our thinking on it and treat them like a meal or two or even five instead of that 3 week binge, you can change your whole outlook on the holidays and the way you treat your body during that time. So, instead of saying to yourself, well, all of December is a waste, I'm just going to eat terribly the whole time, you can instead choose to isolate just, a few meals where you're planning to splurge and truly enjoy them while committing to your routine the rest of the time. And your body and your mind will both feel so much better simply by changing your thinking on that and changing your approach to it.
Okay, Dr. Seti, what do you do when days like today, one of my coworkers brought in delicious cookies that everyone has been raving about, and I was thinking after the show I would go get one. And that's been a thing every day for a lot of people coming in, bringing in holiday treats. What do you do?
Well, you're allowed to have cookies. That's okay, especially if they're delicious. But I always tell people if we're getting ourselves out of holiday think mode, then we can decide, we can choose our splurges and we can choose them wisely and even be picky about them. So just because you're surrounded by treats the whole season doesn't mean you have to eat all of them. So I generally encourage people to think about what it is that you love, right? What are your favorites? What do you look forward to every year? And make those items be your special indulgences. And if you approach it this way, you can control for unnecessary eating and wasting energy and calories and all that stuff on the things you don't truly enjoy. And then you get to truly enjoy the foods that you really love and associate with the holidays.
Okay, Dr.
So you can still splurge, but just be picky.
Gotcha. Dr. Sadie, really quickly, we're almost out of time. How important is it to stay active?
Oh my gosh, I encourage everybody to keep active. Well, always, but especially during the holidays. Just because so much of why we feel kind of uncomfortable and unpleasant in our bodies during this time is because we often fall out of our activity routines. And it doesn't need to mean that we need to exercise exactly the same way. Our schedules are different, time availability is different. But even incorporating, a brisk walk after a meal or a quick 15-minute HIIT routine into your day can change a lot about how you feel in your body and can also impact your mentality and your thinking as you're approaching every meal.
Yes, every minute counts. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.